Good morning, you guys. Your girl Eunice Marie here. So last week, or maybe it was like a week and a half ago, I did a poll on my Twitter. If you were following me at Eunice Marie, you would have seen that I put the poll up. But I've asked you guys on the poll if you guys would be interested in me doing a story time, and I got 2 votes saying yes. So I was like, okay, let's try out this story time thing and see how it goes. I watch a couple of story times and they're pretty interesting, and I have a couple of interesting story times that I could share with you guys. So I figured that it would be fun to kind of like change it up, you know, and share a story time with you guys, as well as this will be a get ready with me. So I'm going to go ahead and do some simple makeup, and I'm going to talk to you guys about, of course, me being stuck in the middle of Skid Row. Well, not stuck, but me going through Skid Row, as well as seeing a guy get like hit by a car. Yeah, things I needed to handle. I needed to go to an office or whatever. There was something that I needed to do, and on my way there I had to take the bus in the direction to go where I needed to go. And like it's in downtown LA. So in downtown LA there is a lot of businesses, of course. If you live in LA, you know downtown LA is all about businesses and things like that. So where I was waiting for the bus initially was like a lot of like hair salons and just, you know, high-end businesses and things like that. So the area was really nice, and I was waiting for the bus. On the bus heading to where I need to go, and I start to see that there are like homeless people around. But I live in downtown LA. I live in LA, and seeing homeless people is not something that is out of the norm. We have a lot of homeless down here in LA. So when I see a homeless person, it's not out of the norm to me. Or when I see a lot of them within a day, it's not out of the norm to me, because it is a part of Los Angeles in a way. So, and I didn't know the street that I was on was going in a one direction. It's only a one-way street. You know, nobody drives up, they only drive down. Which I wasn't paying any attention to. I was just on my way, on my phone, just, you know, not really paying any attention or whatnot. So, I get off the bus or whatever, and I go on about my day with the office and handling what I needed to handle. So I'm on my way back to head back home, and there's a black truck at the corner, and there's I think it was like a Chinese guy, if I'm not mistaken, but Chinese or whatnot, and he, I guess, didn't know if he wanted to cross the street or not. So he kind of like stepped out into the street, and I was waiting for the light to go this way so I can walk down this way, and he was coming this way. So the light was like saying, you know, it's okay for you to like walk. And I guess he didn't know what he wanted to do. So he kind of like stepped out into the street, stepped back onto the curb, and then stepped out again. When he went to step out again, the black truck that was at the corner just took off and just hit him and turned the corner and kept going. Now, luckily, he didn't like actually run the guy over. Like he clipped the guy with the side of like his car. Like, this is the guy, this is the car, and he just kind of like, you know, like hit the guy, and the guy fell and kept going. Gee, like did this guy really just like clip this older guy that was crossing the street? And there was another guy who saw the incident that was closer to the guy than I was close to him. So he ran over there to go see how he was, and he was like, you know, I'm fine. And in downtown LA, they have these little security guys that have like black and purple. And he was right across the way, so they waved him down, and he came over. And, you know, I went on about my day, you know, not to be like, I don't feel like I needed to do anything because he already had the assistance that he needed. But I don't know if they called the ambulance or whatnot, but I was just like, oh my goodness, like, really? This person just completely like ran him over and didn't even care. So I was just like, all right, let me just go ahead and get myself home. So on my journey back to my way going back home, so I did not know when I was coming back, like when I was on my way back home, I did not know that the bus did not go back in that direction. That's when I was talking to somebody that was waiting for the bus going in the direction that I was heading to, that told me, you know, that bus does not go in back down that street. It only comes this way, and that's it. So I was like, all right, well, it wasn't that far. Like, there was only a couple of stops. So I was like, you know what? I'll just walk it, you know, not knowing what I was about to walk into. So I was like, I'll walk it. So I'm just, you know, headphones in, I'm just walking down the street, and of course I see homeless people, but like I said, then again, that is not out of the norm when living in LA. So when I saw homeless people, I weren't like, oh my gosh, like, it wasn't like that. I was like, all right, you know, a homeless person. Now, I don't know how I did not really see this coming from afar. I don't know if I just really was not paying attention and I was just in the zone of me getting to where I needed to get. But I like, kind of like in the midst of me walking, like I want to say I was probably halfway through the block or to where I needed to go, I noticed that I was in the midst of Skid Row. And how I noticed it is that, like, I'm looking and I'm like, holy shit, like, I don't even know what in the world I was thinking. Like, I don't know, like, I just think, like, a part of me was like, okay, they're homeless people, but it wasn't like, oh, you know, it wasn't like, oh, I can't explain it. It wasn't like, oh shit, until I was actually like in the midst of it. And it just got, as I got like deeper into it, there were just a lot of people. And I didn't know that there was that many people living on Skid Row. I heard about it, but when you see it for yourself, it's different. You know, it really does hit you like, what the fuck, like, it just hits you. So I'm like walking and I noticed that it's getting heavier, like the amount of people are becoming more, and I'm just like speeding up my walk. I was like, okay, you know what, because it's not far, like it's like the next like block or two and you're back into where I initially came from. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna power through this. So I'm just walking, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I'm not really paying any attention to anybody. I'm just like focused, but it's obvious that they can tell that I'm misplaced, I guess you can say. So some people were nice, you know, I'm not gonna sit there and say like it was a traumatic experience. Like, people were nice. Like, there were some people that were like, hi, how are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm good. And then, you know, there was this one lady who came up to me and she's like, oh, here comes little Kim, y'all, here comes little Kim. And I started busting up laughing because I'm like, yo, like so I'm just walking like, let me just go. So I'm just like, maybe I can cut through one of the streets and walk around. So I'm like, all right, next block, next corner, I'm gonna cut through. Y'all, I get to the next like street to turn the corner, look, tents all the way down the street, and I'm like, not going that way. So I just keep walking, and even the next block is the same thing. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I just did not know, like, it was like that. Like I was saying, because literally, like, when you cross the street, you're in a whole different like neighborhood. You're in like the fancier part of downtown LA, I guess you can say. And then that other part that I walked is completely Skid Row. Like, there's buildings, but there's no businesses, no nothing, just people living on the streets. So it was crazy because, like, when I got to the street to cross it, I like looked back and it just kind of just hit you, like, just that one little crossing of the street, you go into a whole different type of world, you guys. And I will never forget that day. Like, that day stuck with me. Like, it just really put something into me that was like, oh my goodness. Like, I mean, like I said, I've heard about Skid Row before, but I guess when you're not really involved in it, or you don't really like see it for yourself and you hear about it, then you don't really know. You really don't really know about what's going on down there. And it just stuck with me. Like, after that, I just came home and I was telling, you know, my friends and stuff about it, and I was just like, how are people able to live like that? You know, I'm not saying everybody down there deserves to be down there or wants to be down there. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, it's crazy. It is freaking crazy. And you know, like I said, I wasn't like scared or anything when I was in the midst of that. I wasn't like scared or like, oh, somebody's going to try to do something to me or anything like that. But, you know, then again, I did keep in mind that, you know, there are people who are mentally ill down there, you know, and people are homeless. They don't have money, which causes for desperate measures, you know, like, and I stuck out like a sore thumb, of course, you know. So it's just like I just was aware where I was immediately aware of where I was, and I just was like zoned in on getting out of that situation. I'll never forget that day. Like, I will never forget that day. And then I was like, oh, I wish I would have had my camera on me so that I could have filmed it and shown you guys what was going on. But then again, I probably wouldn't have filmed because, you know, there already are people who are suffering, you know, and the last thing they probably want is somebody coming in with a camera, you know, like showing like what they're going through, like, you know, like kind of putting them on display. And it's probably like not the first time that somebody has done that, you know. So I probably wouldn't have filmed even if I did, you know, have a camera with me. Or it just kind of puts things in a different perspective for you. Thought I saw something. Damn, my lipstick is ugly. So yeah, that is my story time of being caught in the midst of Skid Row and seeing somebody with a hit and run. I don't know if that's like super interesting to you guys, but I mean, for that event, for me it was, because I personally took something from that, and it kind of opened up my eyes to what's underneath all of everything else. Because I think a lot of times here in LA, a lot of stuff is glamorized. You see stuff on TV about Hollywood and all that, but like I said, in our backyard we have hundreds of people who are homeless. And so anyways, that is my story time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to thumbs up this video. Comment down below. Let me know if you like this video. If you guys would like for me to do another story time. And yes, thank you for watching. This is your girl, Eunice Marie. And don't forget to subscribe, because we, my dear, are almost at 1,000 subscribers. We were at 988 subscribers as of today. Today is Friday. I'm probably not going to upload this video until Sunday or Monday. So I don't know if I would hit 1,000 by then. But I'm going to be doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So definitely make sure you go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned to that. But with that being said, thank you for watching. This is your girl, Eunice Marie. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye.